Okay.
That's on.
And 3, 2, 1, 0. So this week we've been practicing a carousel. And yesterday we were just practicing it to try to get to our groups, to try to get better at how we do that. Okay? So today our language objectives have changed. We're not only focusing on working with our groups. Yesterday you did a better job at working with your groups and taking a vote and making a decision. Today your decision is not going to be so hard because it's going to actually be talking about the books that we've been reading. So our objectives today say that I can analyze a story form in a mystery, and I can work with my group to answer questions and prove my thoughts. All week this week we've been proving our thoughts. So today you're going to prove your thoughts about the book. And in Reader's Workshop you've been doing a great job at giving details from the book. So now today, all of your questions that you answer are going to be about Grandpa's teeth. What mentor text are you talking about today?
Grandpa's teeth.
Thank you. You are definitely talking about Grandpa's teeth today. And it all has to do with story form. Okay? So quickly, turn to your partners and remind your partners what story form is. What are the parts of story form? I love how Michaela and Yara turned right to each other. I love how Angel and Erica turned right to each other. And I need to turn right to each Alright, what are the parts of story Alright, and 3, 2, 1, 0. Is there a notebook when you're writing your post-its today that you can use to help you write and complete sentences? Raise your hand. Lily, where would that notebook be? In your cubbies, yep. And it's in your interactive writing notebook. So if you're having trouble writing complete sentences today and you don't know how to start your answers, you may look in your interactive writing notebook. Most of you probably won't need them. You can use your partners and talk about it. Okay? I heard lots of you talking about setting, characters, problem, wish, and the actions. The one that I didn't hear was message. Remember, the message is about what the author... Oh, I missed your group. If you said that, what was the message? It's about what?
What the author is trying to teach you.
What the author's trying to teach you. So you have to think about all the things the author said and try to decide what the author's trying to teach you. Jaden, you washed your glasses twice today. That's enough. Okay, I'm going to leave this up here just in case. Point to the anchor chart that also has story form on it.
We have a lot of story form stuff.
We have a lot of story form stuff. We're going to talk about that a lot this year. Okay, now yesterday we did a carousel, and one of the things you told me at the end of the day yesterday was that you needed numbers so that it would help you follow along. So I put the numbers on the papers today. That has number 1, then from number 1 you go to number 2. From number 2, don't point, I'm pointing. Don't point, I'm pointing. From number 2, you go to number 3. From number 3, you go to number 4. From number 4, you go to number 5. From number 5, you go to number 6. Will you go up? Will you go to every spot in the room?
Yes. No.
No, we're only going to go to a few spots. Okay? When you get to your last spot and you don't have a post-it left, that's when I'll explain again what we're doing. Because remember yesterday you had to summarize what the other kids said. Today, not every post-it is going to have the same answer. So you really have to think about if your answer is not the same as theirs, why is that? You have to read their proof and then you have to tell me why you disagree or not. Stop. Yesterday we also were confused at where to put our post-its when we wrote on them. I put them on big pieces of paper. So you can fill that white piece of paper with your post-its that you wrote on. If you didn't write on a post-it, those post-its go with your What? If it's a blank Post-it and it's not used yet, it goes with your
Marker.
and your marker goes with your group.
And yourself.
Sarah, say that.
And yourself.
And yourself. You all travel together. If your Post-it is written on, it stays at the
Table. On the paper with the washi tape.
On the paper with the washi tape.
And the words.
Okay.
What's washi?
Washi tape is just colored decorative tape. That's what I used to tape on your questions today. Okay.
That's what I like. And just that.
Sarah. Okay. We're working with the same groups today, and tomorrow I will change your groups. I just want you to be with your same groups today because you were doing a great job at working together. Okay? Head to your starting spot from yesterday, and I will bring you your Post-it note. You may get started. Yeah? Okay, you may get started.
Guys, out of water. So please can I get Can I get the pig quiz writing first? All you're going to do is cheat yourself. I'm the first.
What's your group? Okay, write full sentences. Okay, would you describe the other groups are already started? Okay, so describe the blue and red actions from the beginning to make sure that they are the important ones. So, what are some of the blue actions? What are some of the things that Grandpa does to get his wish? What are some of the things that block Grandpa from getting his wish? What are some of the things that are you said blocking things. What are some of the things that ask your group. Ask your group.
Okay, can I write? I am. Everybody let's see her write. Teaching us about life. How do you define things that if you lose your teeth, you should always take your dog's mouth. Because he said he was. I said that he was.
minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 0 minutes.
0.
All right, you have 2 minutes. Yes, so who wrote last time? Okay, so who's going to write this time? All right, what's your question?
What was the art teacher about that? How do you know they want to?
Okay, so what the other group say?
They should never leave your teeth somewhere.
Never leave your teeth somewhere a dog can get it.
Keep it.
Okay. Do you agree with them that that's his lesson with life?
No.
Okay, Waylon says yes. The rest of you say no. Talk about why. What do you think he really wants to teach you?
He wants to teach us not to steal, and if you ask to borrow it, it's okay, but if you steal it, it's not.
So what from the story tells you that?
Because the dog stole it. No.
Okay, so what if that's gonna be your lesson, Waylon, Ananya, if that's gonna be your lesson, you need to have proof. What happens because the dog stole his teeth?
Because he got mad because he didn't want it happening.
Okay, talk about that. I will be back. No, it's fine. All right, what are you writing about over here? Isaac, do you think other groups are going to be able to read that?
I'm terrible at handwriting.
I think you can do better if you sit up. Why don't you start a new one and I'll give you a different post-it.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what I mean by blue and red actions? Okay, the other group started talking about his wish and the force against it. So let's read what they said. Yara, can we read this together?
The blue is the wish. Grandpa wants his teeth back. The red is the problem. Grandpa's teeth have been stolen.
Okay, so they gave you those examples. Now can you give specific examples of the blocking force and the wish?
Blue.
Okay, Isaac's starting to write with blue. Fill your group in. Can Alicia come and join your group so you can hear them? Okay, so we don't want a repeat of what the other group said. What did the other group say about the setting?
They said the setting changes to the town by it right to that.
Okay, you're not talking about that? What are you talking about?
We're talking about that. The town and the city It's changed by everybody smiling and it went to funerals.
Ah. Yeah? So are you going to list examples of the setting, or what are you going to do?
I kind of want to list.
What do you guys think? Mushi says he wants to list it.
I want to list it.
Kenalisha. Kenalisha. Not your job right now.
I'm going to jail?
Alright. Right here. Can we add something? It looks like your group is done. Okay. So what was your question about?
She already wrote what was the problem in the story. How does the
Fabian.
author introduce it?
Okay. So what did the other group say?
She already that the problem is Grandpa's teeth is that he can't find his teeth because they are not in the cup.
Okay. What'd you say?
The problem in that story is Grandpa lost his teeth.
So now we need... Okay, so how does the author introduce that problem to you?
Because he lost his teeth and he couldn't find it nowhere, so he asked everybody in the whole complex.
Okay, he asked everyone in the whole town. How else does the author tell you about the problem? You're going to have to write a problem. So how does the author tell you about that problem?
Never put a cup of teeth while you're dressing because
Okay, I saw...
dog might jump up and eat it.
I saw you guys wrote about that the last time, but how did he tell you, how did you know that that was the problem? How did you know that the problem was his teeth were missing?
Because he read it to us. He yelled to help because he lost his teeth.
Oh, have you answered that second question then? Okay, you need to write about that.
And the people in the story.
Okay, what are you working on?
The beginning, middle, and end.
Okay. Is your beginning, middle, and end the same as the group before?
No.
Have you read the group before?
No.
No? Okay. Read them to see if you need to add more to theirs. Sarah. Mrs. Stanton's class.
We are ready.
Okay. This is your last time. This is your last rotation. Yesterday we did 4. Today we didn't have enough time. Okay, listen to me. Your job at this last station, everybody freeze. I still see people walking and I don't see everybody's eyes. I can tell McKaywen's watching and listening. I can tell Jaden's watching and listening. Sierra, you're not listening. There we go. Okay. Your job at this next one, you need to read the question and you need to read the other group's answers. Then you need to be ready, Marcus. Then you need to be ready to share with me their answers. Okay? So how you're going to answer, you're not reading their post-its. Yesterday you were reading their post-its and that was boring. You need to be ready to share their answers. Okay? So what that means is I will say that the... Sweetie? Okay. You're not going to know what to do. Camden's going to be getting a paw because he was responsible and listening the whole time. Jaden's getting a paw because he was responsible and listening the whole time. I do not want you reading the post-it. You need to tell us the question, so you're going to read the whole question. And then you're going to explain what they said. So, what that means is if I was talking about the setting, I would say, the group's told about the setting. If I was telling about the setting in Recess Queen, I wouldn't read it. I would say, the group's told about the setting and they described the playground. They told that the playground had a slide, balls, jump ropes. Am I reading from a post-it note?
No.
No, you're not reading from their post-it note. Go ahead and switch.
I'm
Jaden, no one's writing. You're getting ready to share. Ananya, Marcus, that's for the end of the day, not now.
In the story. I wrote that the setting in the story is at the amusement park and the police station.
Okay, so Sarah, you need to be ready to share all the Post-its. So what has everyone talked about?
What?
What has everyone talked about?
Mostly in the town and the city. It changed by even baby has to smile or they will go to my Lucy, Erica, Sweetie, and how about this one?
Okay, so what are you guys finding out? What have the other groups talked about? They're talking about the blue and red actions. What have they said were the blue and red actions? Oh, you want to use that as an example?
The blue action.
What did they say were the blue actions?
The blue action is the good to solve the problem. But the red action when something bad happens. No, I know, Mr.
Okay. So look at your groups though.
They said like the blue is the wish and like the red is like trying to help us.
No, it's the red action is trying to stop the wish.
Okay.
And the blue one is trying to
Oh, I spelled thing wrong.
Where?
That's supposed to be THIN.
Okay. Don't worry about writing so much. Be ready to share what those two groups have said.
Simultaneous. So
Dress all pretty. Why did it sit right there?
never leave your teeth somewhere a dog
Whoa.
can get it kept. Mrs. Stanton,
Yes.
never leave your teeth somewhere where a dog can get it kept and in a safe spot.
Keep. They meant.
Keep it in a safe spot.
So were the messages the same? So you need to tell about both messages, correct? Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, remember where your group ended. It is time for art. Leave everything where it is and line up at the door. Remember where your group ended. Okay. So, yesterday, we finished our carousel, and you answered questions about that carousel. Before we went to art yesterday, you had started summarizing what people had said at that question. So I'm going to give you a chance to go back to your old question today so that you can summarize it and share it with the group. Your job, you're going to have two jobs when you get back to the group. You're going to have to tell us the question, and you're going to have to tell the group's answers. Okay? Then we'll discuss a little bit to see if we all agree with those answers or if some of us disagree a little bit. Okay? And if we disagree or if we agree, we always have to have, what's that word?
I agree because.
I agree because, yeah.
I disagree because.
Or I disagree because, and that because is a key word because we always have to
Proof.
have proof. We
Prove
always have
my
to
thoughts.
prove our thoughts. Okay? And this week has been all about proving our thoughts. So your jobs, when you go to your tables right now, are to know the question and know what the people said on your question. Do we need Post-it notes or markers? No, because we're just going to be sharing with our voices. Alright, ready? Go. They're in the same spot that you finished, so where did you finish yesterday?
Where did we finish? Oh yeah.
This makes sense. No, people scrambled after people's words.
Where you finished? Isaac,
We finished reading.
is that your group? Is this your group? Where you finished? So you finished here. Okay. Know your question. Get ready to summarize. You guys, you're in Ken Alicia's. You're in Ken Alicia's group, right?
We started there.
Over to that one.
Sweetie, you're fun.
Because they made a mistake. I'm sure it was there last time because I
I know he has glasses. He's the one that I saw. I thought you can be in that chair.
I want you to show me a thumbs up when your group is ready to share. Okay, you need to decide who is going to share what. Everyone needs to talk. Everyone in your group needs to talk. You got this.
I'm sharing ours.
What are you going to share first? Yeah, who's going to read that?
I don't know.
Okay, Camden, you read one part and then you read the other part.
Then they do like.
And then you guys are going to share the...
You read that. And this, and next is my last one. Let me put the one that's
Alright. Tell me on your fingers how much time you need. Alright, decide quick and then come start putting up your papers. Then how's
11? It takes place in the house, and then in the house, the police station.
So that's a wish and a... Yeah, that's a wish and a red action, isn't it? I'm going to take this paper. You can hold on to those. Actually, put them on here and grab them off and get
It's 0 more seconds.
Alright, head to the carpet. Alright, and 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're not going to make it. I'm at 1 already. Okay, I see Sarah is ready to go. Erica is ready to go. Camden is ready to go. Waylon is ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, we're going to start with blue actions. If this is your question, come on up to the front. Oh, beginning, middle.
That's beginning, middle, and end.
Describe.
Beginning.
No.
This was this group right here. And you were right here. Come on up.
No.
So can we sit over there? I think you're not.
Okay. Now, good listeners, keep their hands in their lap. Oh, you can be over here. They don't want them looking at you. Good listeners, keep their hands in their lap. Their eyes are on the speaker and their voices are quiet. Jaden. Okay. Tell us what your question was.
Describe the blue and red actions from beginning, middle to end. Make sure they are the most important ones.
Joel.
Why did you include the actions you did?
Okay. Tell us what the actions were.
Yeah, let's go.
The blue is the wish Grandpa wants his teeth back. The red is the problem Grandpa's teeth have been stolen. Mushy? Blue actions are good. Blue actions are Blue actions are when something good happens. The red actions is who did they? They are trying to stop. They are trying to stop it. Did I right? Blue is the wish. Red is the wait. Dad tried to cheer him up. They went to the amusement park. He cried.
He cried.
I am
Okay, so what were some of, why do you think some of those actions were included? They all talked about his teeth being stolen, and they all talked about his wish wanting his teeth. There was an action about the amusement park here, and there were other actions. Why were some of those actions included?
Because it's part of the story.
Raise your hand. Why were some of those actions included? You were the ones who wrote these. Why were some of those actions included?
We didn't know that.
Some of you did.
I did.
Waylon?
Because it was a story.
Okay, because they were in the story. But what made those actions important? Are some actions more important than others? Why? What makes them more important?
Because it
Raise your
gives more.
hands. Nope. Why are some actions more important than others? What do you think? Do you need to turn and talk to a partner?
Yes, I don't.
Okay, why were these actions included? Why are some actions more important than others? Ready? Go.
Actions are more important
You
than
can talk to each other right now.
I
I love how Yara and McKaylin turned toward each other right away.
and more important.
Sarah. right, and 3, 2, 1, 0. Why are some actions more important than others? Why did we pick some actions over the others? Josie.
What was the question again?
Why did we pick some actions over the others?
Because it's a special part about the story.
Okay, it might be a special part about the story. What makes them special, Joel?
Because they might have the lesson.
They might be a part of the lesson. Joel gave me an idea. We're going to go to a different question next. Jaden, why else?
Because it has more detail and you can understand the story more.
Okay, so some actions help you understand the story more. Let's keep thinking about, boys and girls, I really want you thinking about that idea that some actions might be more important than others. You picked certain actions. What makes those actions more important than others? And Joel gave you one idea that it might have something to do with the lesson. Put your stickies right here. Let's go to our lesson question and see if we can think about what actions we're teaching the lesson.
That's the up there.
Is that the only person you're going to
Put down your questions. Bring your questions back. Okay, number 2 was the group that was right back there. That's McKeown and Sarah. Can she just bring it to me?
And Jasmine is just not here.
All right, I see Isaac is ready to listen. I see Kenalish is ready to go. I see Waylon's ready to listen. Sierra, your hands should be in your lap. Sierra. Okay, read us your question.
What was the author teaching us about life?
How do you know they wanted you to learn?
Never leave your teeth somewhere. A dog can take it. It is a safe spot.
The author is trying to tell us to not to steal other stuff when they are not looking. Marcus Miller and others.
All right, so I want you to think right now. What's the author trying to teach? Is the author trying to teach to make sure to keep your teeth in a safe spot, not where your dogs can get them? Or is the author trying to teach that it's not okay to steal?
It's not okay to steal.
Okay. Turn and talk to your partners. What makes that one a lesson about life versus the keeping your teeth away from your dog? Go.
It's because
Why does it teach you not to eat? How does it teach you not to steal versus not to keep your baby? Knock it off. Hands in your lap. Are you talking about our question? What was our question? Right. How does the author teach you it's not okay to steal? How does it teach you?
it's not okay to steal because they might put the space when it and then the person will go to jail. If we put it in, go to jail. How much time to write the beginning?
Yeah. I started it for you. I started the lesson for you, so that's fast. All right, and 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, we need a review. When I start counting down, immediately you start moving to your spot. So I should see everybody in their spots with their hands in their laps right now. Wushi. Yara. Yara, put that on your head or it's mine. When I tell you to turn and talk to your partner, what's your job? Raise your hand. What's your job? When you turn and talk to a partner, what's your job? Lily.
To turn and talk to your partner.
Okay, about anything that you want?
No.
Okay, what's your job?
To talk with the teacher.
Hannah Alicia, thanks for raising your hand.
To turn and talk to your partner about what you expect to talk about.
Okay, about the question, so you're ready to talk. When I looked around the room at that turn and talk, I saw kids playing with their hair things. I saw kids playing with each other. I saw kids messing with the drawers. And not very many of you thinking about the question. Who can tell me what my question was? What was my question? Camden, what was my question?
What is the author trying to teach you?
Okay. And what we really wanted to talk about why we thought that it was a better lesson. We really wanted to talk about why we thought it was a better lesson for us not to steal versus to hide our teeth from our dog. So what ideas did you come up with? What ideas did you come up with? So I only did see 3 hands, but you got to talk to a partner. Do you need more time to talk to your partner?
Yeah. No.
Okay, then we should all have ideas. Mushi? Why is it a better lesson not to steal versus you should hide your teeth from your dog?
So your dog doesn't take it and then you want to get a new one?
Okay, so the story did tell that. But do you think that's really what the author wanted you to know, to hide your teeth from your dog?
No.
Why do you think that's not the only thing he wanted you to learn? Isaac.
Because it's not like your pet dog would steal your teeth and wear.
Okay, so that's not a realistic thing, right? This is fiction. This is not a true story. So, what's the true lesson? What's the lesson about life they want? Lily? Okay, so to save your money, you don't want to waste it for new teeth. Well, what's the author really want here? What's he really want us to know? Joel?
Never steal something that's not yours.
Okay, don't steal something that's not yours. Let's talk about that. What are some actions in the story that the author does to tell you and show you that stealing is bad? What are some things the author does to show you that stealing is bad? How do you know that that's his lesson? What was he doing to show you that? Let's take a look at the book. Right now you should be thinking about, what are some things in here? What are some negative things? What are some bad things that happened in here to show you that stealing was bad? Okay, so you all should be looking at the book and thinking about it. Thinking deeply about what were some things in here that the author did to show you that you should not steal. Angel.
The dog stole Grandpa's teeth.
Okay, the dog stole Grandpa's teeth, so it started out with stealing. There was an action of stealing. Dig a little deeper. Let's look for something more. Sierra.
When the grandpa was asleep, the dog stole his teeth, and then the dog did not show his mouth, and he kept on looking everywhere for it, and then he checked everybody's mouth.
Okay, so the grandpa's checking everyone's mouth and looking everywhere for it. What's negative about that? What's bad about the grandpa checking everybody's teeth? What happened negative about that? Fabian.
He's making everybody smile.
Okay, he's making everybody smile. I thought smiling was a good thing. What's bad about that? What's negative about that? What's negative about that? Marcus.
Not everyone wants to smile every single day.
Not everybody wants to smile every single day. Keep adding to that. What else, sweetie?
And that you can't smile. You have to smile.
Okay, you had to smile at funerals. You had to smile everywhere. Josie.
The police had to look for
The police were even looking for the teeth. Okay, so are you starting to get the idea? What are some negative things that are happening because the teeth were stolen? What are some bad things that are happening because the teeth were stolen? Waylon.
The news come and airplane.
The news comes and the airplane comes. Do you want the news to come for a negative thing for your town?
Yes.
No, we want people to think good things about our town, right? So it's a bad thing when the news comes for a bad thing in your town.
Mysterious.
Angel.
Yes. Can't wait for Jim.
Want me to come back to you? Camden.
If you didn't smile, you would have to go straight to the police office.
If you didn't smile, you'd have to go straight to the police office. So, my last question of the day. How did that author, how did Rod Clement show you that stealing's bad in this book? This is a fiction book, but he taught you a real thing. He's teaching you a real thing, that stealing's bad. What were some things that he did, or how did he teach you that stealing's bad? Through a fiction story. Turn to your partner and talk to them about it. Go.
Because stealing is very, very bad.
That's not what I asked.
I said those two,
Jaden, talk to your partner. Talk to your partner. Who's your partner? Alex. And 3, 2, and 0. All right. So how did the author teach you through this story that stealing was bad? Erica. How do you show you that it's bad to steal?
The cops and Grandpa caught it and Allison is just and make posters how they look like.
Okay, so there was a lot of things that happened because of what?
The dog stole the teeth.
Because of the dog stealing the teeth.
And if you
Mm-hmm.
steal, you get, if it's something really, really bad, you can go to jail for it.
Okay.
Or you'll get,
I need you to line up the door with your voices off. We leave as soon as everyone's quiet. I like how Marcus is at the door quiet. I like how Joel is at the door quiet.
Erica thought the dog
Wow, my first 6 kids are ready.